Mute check.
Mute check.
Mute check.
Okay, we are unmuted. That's good. It's not going to happen again.
Uh-huh.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Johnny Bronto. Hello, Haunt fans. As I'm your co-host, or I'm your actual host, as always. With me, I've got my amazing Super Terminator Uber Lyft driver, Melissa Lugak.
Hi, guys. It's Melissa.
She's a little tired today.
Just a little.
Just a little, yeah. We've had back
Smiling
to back,
through it.
We had a really crazy road trip last weekend, and then this previous weekend we had a pretty significant road trip as well. So we're going to talk about a couple South Florida haunts tonight. We're going to talk about Enigma Hunt in Boca Raton, and we're going to talk about Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds in West Palm Beach. So yeah. So this is our last major travel weekend this season. We're on episode 8. We've made it this far, which is really, really cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. We do appreciate you guys watching the show. So how are we doing? How was last weekend?
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it wasn't as much driving, obviously, as the weekend before, but we had a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. So we're going to, we don't cover the haunts in any specific order. We usually just talk about them as we did them. So don't think that just because we're talking about one means it's any better or worse than the other one. But we are going to start with Enigma Hunt.
Enigma.
So let's do this. So this is our second year doing Enigma Hunt. And we had an absolute blast last year. I want to thank Yvonne for working with me and bringing this out again. Here's their schedule for 2018 that you guys are seeing on the screen, the admission prices. And they only have this weekend and then the Devil's Night and Halloween on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. So not a lot of opportunities to experience Enigma Hunt, but if you're looking for something to do, definitely make sure that you put this on your list. What's up, Paul? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Corey? What's up, Aubrey? Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat this time. So you can see here, they've been doing this for years and years and years. We went out there. They gave us a press packet with all kinds of goodie info in it and all kinds of other goodies, which we're going to talk about in a bit. Paul, Karen, everybody that we met out at Enigma, you guys are all amazing. I love Enigma because they're all about the haunt community, so that's very, very dear to my heart. They're at 1751 North Military Trail in Boca Raton. They've got 3 haunts, so we're just going to go ahead and get into it. I'm just going to keep this as a reference in case I need it. This one just kind of caught us off guard last year. Just to recap, if you weren't watching the show in season 3, Melissa ran into the fine Enigma folks at which con were you at?
It was at SuperCon.
SuperCon. What city is that in?
That was Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. So she met them, and they gave her like a pass to go, and it just kind of sat there like on the HauntScene desk last year, and then we were like, let's just do it. So we went down there, and it was like we did it towards the end of the season again. We don't do that on purpose, obviously, but we went down, and oh my God, it was just like, psh. So all right, let's get into it. So Enigma. So let's talk about some pictures here. Yes.
Yay.
All right, so we took some pictures when we were there. Didn't take any pictures inside. We ended up in the area pretty early, so we went to the beach. We had Kiki's Cafe.
Kiki, do you love me? Oh, you're riding.
That's really bad.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like
Focus,
to think if I got pulled on stage for like Academy Awards, I'd know how to do the dance.
I wouldn't know what to do. I would look awkward. Anyway.
So Enigma Hunt, it's in their old Bally's gym. They've been at this for years and years and years. You can get all kinds of information from the enigmahunt.com website. Here's Melissa outside in front of the door. They have a really cool countdown clock, which is pretty cool. It counts down when they're going to open. Taking a look here in the bottom left. Didn't get a ton of pictures of this, but they have a really cool queue off to the side if you buy a general admission ticket. And they've got characters out there. They've got all kinds of entertainment things that you're going to do. I think they're going to do their pumpkin carving soon, and they're going to have pumpkins out there, which should be really, really neat. We went in through the main entrance, and Yvonne was nice enough to give us a backstage lights on tour a little bit before the haunt opened. And I love having these kinds of experiences where we can go in and see everything. And I will admit, I was really impressed with the haunt just with the lights on.
Yeah, me too. It was really cool.
And one thing I did not notice was I never looked up when I was doing the haunt last year. Enigma Hunt's scary. They will get you. All kinds of startle scares, all kinds of characters coming at you from different angles. Sometimes they got multiple ways to scare you. And I was so enthralled last year, I never even looked up. And, the actual haunt, it's probably, I don't know, like 10, 12 feet tall, like the walls and everything. But you look, and it's just this massive ceiling above you. So you may or may not notice that when you go. But it's really cool to see how they use the space. And they've got 2 new haunts this year. They've got, I'll go ahead and skip ahead and we'll come back. They've got Cursed and Twisted Mayhem. These are going to be your first 2 walkthroughs, and then you get the Realms of Terror, which is upstairs. Now, this is if you get the 3 haunt pass, it's a complete walkthrough. You walk from one to the next one, and then upstairs to the third one. Or you do have the option of just doing Realms of Terror, apparently, but for another $5, you might as well do all 3. Trust us, you want to do all 3.
Yeah, they're very good. Yeah.
So we're going to back out so I can take a look here. So if you take a look at the very, very bottom right, here's us with Yvonne. I can't say enough nice things about Yvonne. She's amazing. Super easy to talk to, really easy to get a hold of. Awesome. She gave us a tour, pointed out a bunch of new stuff. They rebuilt and changed a significant portion of Enigma from last year, and it was pretty significant. Not every haunt has a lot of changes every year, and this one had some pretty significant stuff in there. So we should get the tour.
I thought it was really cool. I love lights on tours because you get to see stuff that you don't normally see when you go through in the dark.
Yeah.
So we saw a lot of cool stuff in there actually.
Yeah, a lot of details you just kind of miss.
Yeah. So I loved it.
Also, they were able to, they let us into the makeup room. We gave a couple buttons away. I wish I had enough buttons for like everybody because everybody was so nice.
Yeah, they're great people.
But we selectively gave away buttons. Don't take that personally. But it was really cool to hang out there. They have such a good crew. I was reading the press release. The vast majority of the characters, they come back year after year after year. Some people have met there. They've gotten married. They've had kids. Like it's part of the community, part of the family, which is really, really cool. And then down here, we've tried to get in the habit of doing this season. You may have seen this little ghost pop up. This is Buki to kind of represent our logo. And we've been trying to do pictures with Buki at the different locations as much as we remember to when I remember to bring him. Well, if we run into some folks, we do have some buttons left over. So we will try to get some of those out to you if we can. All right, so let's move on and talk about the haunts. Okay, I don't want to give away too much. We're just going to kind of talk about the general themes of this and maybe some of the experiences. So I believe you start off in Cursed. Cursed is like a voodoo type house. It's got all kinds of crazy stuff in there. They were getting me right away. I like to think that I'm special or we're special, and they're like, oh, well, HauntScene's rolling through, so we got to give them some extra. But I don't really think that's the case. I just think they just scare the hell out of you for everybody. Maybe it's just a little bit of my ego talking, but it didn't matter because they were just absolutely just getting me all over the damn place. Characters would get me once, and then I'd get scared by another character, come back another hallway, and then the same character that was previous to that scare would get me again.
Same.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I had one of the most terrifying moments that I think I've had this season. Do you remember the demon? The black-faced demon guy with the horns? We saw him in like the makeup room.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, anyways, like he popped out, and I'm not gonna tell you where he is. He's somewhere in Cursed. But the silhouette of him against the light, because you were in front of me at that point.
Oh, okay. I think I missed it. Yeah.
I almost fell into a wall because it was one of the best startle scares I think I got this season. It was pretty crazy. So that was awesome. What did you think of Cursed?
Cursed was pretty cool. I always like voodoo type houses.
Yeah.
They're always very well done. Especially like when we walked in and they had that certain area when we walked over the bridge. It was really cool. So yeah.
The facade's really cool when you get in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, they did very well with that. So I liked it.
Yeah, so Cursed was good. They're gonna get you here. They've got this.
They get you from everywhere, from in front of you to back of you, the side of you. That little puppet that popped out on us.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool. I like that. I was not expecting that. That caught me off guard.
They also do a little bit of the, not a lot, but a little bit of the, you see this character and then they go away and then you don't know where they are.
Yeah. That always terrifies me.
Because sometimes
you never know where they're gonna be.
Like little preview scares or something like that. But they were, man, they probably got me more in the first house than some of, and I'm not saying they're any better or worse, but they got me a lot in the first house, a ton. Like, and we do enough of these. Sometimes we just go through and we're like, oh, it's cool, we appreciate the characters or whatever, but we've unfortunately kind of numbed ourselves to just getting scared like crazy. Yeah. And then sometimes we get reminded about how like your average haunt goer is not a haunt goer and they get scared like crazy. Sometimes that's fun to see.
Yeah, sometimes we envy them because we wish we could get scared like that again. I
remember back in the day.
I remember when I was terrified.
Yeah, but Curse was awesome. So that's half of the downstairs area for the haunt. And then we move over into the Twisted Mayhem section. And we've talked a lot about 3D fluorescent clowns this year. Like we've seen a lot of 3D and a lot of fluorescent clowns. And the Twisted Mayhem is just straight up evil clowns. Yeah. It's just straight up like carnival, evil clowns that have just gone wrong. And there are parts of the floor that are angled. And there was like a guy that was like jumped on this like cage wall and he was coming after us.
Yeah, that's pretty, they had that last year. That's pretty cool. I like cool. That, yeah.
Lots of, once again, startle stuff. They'll come out and get you here.
A lot of come out the walls.
Yeah, we saw, give me the press release. Because sometimes I forget everybody's name. But there was a...
Otto?
Yeah, it was Otto.
Yeah, we saw Otto.
Yeah, Otto. In Otto, we saw him in there, and it was like meeting an old friend. Because he's one of the iconic characters.
He was there last year, right?
Yeah.
I think we saw him last year.
Some iconic characters that come back year after year, which is pretty cool. Has a little bit of continuity to it. So that was a good time. He had like a bullhorn and stuff like that. He yelled a bunch of stuff. So it was really, really cool. They had some really like neat little like carnival type props and
they had like hammers and
like static stuff. Like static props. You're not sure if it's real or not.
The static rooms where there's static figures and real people.
Oh yeah, and then they have this one room where and I'm not going to spoil it, but you're gonna look at some static stuff and you've got stuff in face or SIF, and you're pushing your way through stuff. And man, I don't think I've ever been scared as much from one static prop that I got in the house. Yeah. Like it was just like you turn a corner, like, even though we saw it on the tour and I knew it was coming, it still got me. So.
It will still get you. Like, at the end, remember when I was just looking at the wall? She came out of nowhere. Like, you passed, and she jumped out of the wall and came out of nowhere, and I freaked out and panicked and just stood and stared at the wall for like 5 seconds.
I always know when Melissa's scared.
You had to come and get
Melissa
me.
Just puts her face in the wall.
I'm like, I can't do this.
And then she's like, Johnny! And I have to like come pull her away from something, which is funny.
Because it will happen.
You are such a mark.
It will happen out of nowhere, and I will freeze, and I'll just stay right there and not know what to do. So
that was cool. Yeah. Clowns done right. Good stuff. Loved it. Good stuff. Yes, this is Enigma Hunt.
This
that
is
we're
Enigma,
talking about right at this second here. Did they have a haunted Tilt-A-Whirl? No, not that I know of. Whether that's a spoiler or not. Not that I know of. What kind of question is that? They have a haunted. They had like a haunted like a whack-a clown.
Yeah, like a whack-a-mole, like a whack-a-mole with clown hats. That was pretty cool. Yeah,
it's just some interesting stuff to look at. Some unconventional type things to look at at Enigma. All right, so then we went upstairs. Well, actually, do you have anything left for Twisted? It was good.
No, it was really good. Yeah, it was really good. I loved the Twisted clowns. It was really scary. So very good.
Yep. All right, so we're going to move upstairs to the Realms of Terror. So they've got like a little queue area, and there's a little queue, and then there's a couple of different ways you can get upstairs. They do have like an elevator or an interactive elevator.
That was really cool. I like that. Cool. That was really cool. Yeah.
So we were able to take that upstairs to the Realms of Terror. I'm skipping a little bit because we actually interacted with Sammy in the beginning. I forgot about that.
Love Sammy.
So we'll talk more about Sammy in a moment because Sammy is like...
Sammy is so cool.
Is the coolest like Q character ever. No offense to anybody else, but we just love him for other reasons. But yeah, he kind of does the whole thing, and then you talk to like a doctor, and then you go into the whole thing or whatever. But you go into the realms of terror upstairs, and then it's like a twisted take on some fairy tales. So Amara, who's the
Praise your name.
Praise your name. That was the funniest thing I think I saw this weekend.
It was so good.
Oh, Sam, you're amazing.
It was so well timed too.
Yes.
It was amazing.
And we don't really pick favorites on the show. You know, we just kind of show up and enjoy everything. Realms of Terror had a lot of memorable moments. Yep. You go through and you're interacting with like these evil fairy tale type things like Jack Frost. And
Jack Frost
was like
great.
a Shakespearean actor. Like he
was
starts
very
talking
well.
to you at one side of a room, and like there's this wall where he's like popping out and giving different parts of his speech as you're walking by, and like he timed it perfectly. It was really impressive. So
very, very good.
Yeah, so
he
was
cool. He was one of my favorite characters in there. Actually, I loved Jack Frost.
So you're looking for Alice, like Alice in Wonderland, obviously a twisted version of that, like Queen of Hearts, all kinds of stuff up there.
And I love twisted fairy tales like that. Like those are the best. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Team Sammy. Yes, team #Sammy.
Team Sammy.
So we go through, now what's really cool about Realms of Terror is every little section is its own like realm. And as you go from one section to another, you go through a claustrophobia tunnel where the walls are pressed in on you like with airbags. And then you're in a new section, and they've got all kinds of stuff. Now, last year, I kind of called this like a greatest hits of many different like type of genre. They got like a sci-fi thing. They've got like a asylum thing, and they've got all kinds of stuff going on, which was really, really cool. Creepy kids. There were creepy kids this year.
See, I don't do creepy kids.
Yeah.
And again,
they have like a contortionist person at one point. You know what's funny is I've seen a lot of Ghost Ride type of effects. Like, you know the girl laying down, like the girl laying down, they usually have a t-shirt. It's like fake.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of those. And like the people we were with were so convinced it was real. It was hilarious. So I was like, yeah, we've seen that blonde a couple times.
Yep.
But it was really, really good. In between doing the Twisted Mayhem and the Realms of Terror, we were able to interact again with Sammy. And he was kind of laying the scene and everything else like that. And then they take you upstairs into the Realms of Terror. I don't want to forget that.
And then we also met the doctor with the three faces.
The doctor guy with the three faces.
He was great too.
That was the downstairs.
Yeah, he took us into the back. It's kind of interesting
because they rotate characters and they put them in different places to kind of keep them fresh. So if you go more than once, you're probably going to have a completely different experience, which was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I have every single character we've ever interacted with there has been top notch, amazing. So
amazing. Like he was carrying like an intestine. Like no,
I
I have my own. And Sam was like, oh, are you donating? It's like no, not right now.
And you're like, well, I'm an organ donor.
I'm an organ donor on my license,
but never ever tell somebody carrying a large intestine that you were an organ donor.
Eventually,
there are rules to doing this. Okay. All right, so yeah, everybody was amazing there. Trying to think of anything else specific upstairs that I want to talk about. It was just so good.
They had Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood.
She was good too, yep. She played well into the story, and she led us into the to the beginning of the haunt, so that was very well done.
That's where you, upstairs is where you see Amara. Praise your name!
Praise your name!
So yeah.
Kind of scared me with that one. I wasn't expecting that one.
Well, neither was I the first time I heard it. But it was so good. Oh my god. Enigma is just one of those, and I'm not saying I like any haunt better than another haunt because we don't rank haunts.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those that it's just like, I feel like we have to do it every single year.
We look forward to it every year.
Yeah, it's
ever since last year. We had a lot of fun last year, so
I can't help but just root for people. Plus, I always love people that are really helpful in the haunt community. They give money to charity. They're giving money to Don't Be a Monster, the charity, the anti-bullying month for October. All kinds of stuff. All right, see what else we got here with the pictures. Okay, so here are a couple of the media pictures. If you want to take a look at some of the characters here. So they sent us some really high-res pictures. And I wanted to show you, like, if you look at the top or the left-hand side, This is going to be your Twisted section. Okay, so that's going to be your Twisted Mayhem section. Top right, that's going to be your Cursed section. And I could be wrong, but I think the Scarecrow guy is going to be the Realms of Terror somewhere in there. But I could be wrong. It's just a blur of fear when you go through and do it.
I remember seeing the Scarecrow. Did you see the Scarecrow?
Maybe we didn't see him that night, but I'm just thinking of a theme maybe.
Okay.
So
his Scarecrow looks cool.
What's up, Sammy? What's up, Paul? You're amazing.
Hi, Sammy.
All right. So taking a look here, just a couple face characters we're gonna see.
I remember her. Yep, she was towards the end.
That's Samara. Praise her name.
Where's her name?
And then we got Otto here, the clown. I don't know if I saw Jedediah. He's like the guy with the crazy eyes and like the two-pronged mohawk. We saw him at Transworld. Did we see him? I think he was in like a cage or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other guy, the doctor.
Yeah, we saw the doctor.
He was really cool too. Yeah. I liked him.
All the face characters are amazing. Everybody there.
Praise her name.
Yep, thank you.
Johnny, you keep catching me off guard.
Praise her name.
Praise her name.
Well, I mean, we just got to praise her name. Here's Sammy.
Sammy!
So we got to give you some love, Sammy.
We love you, Sammy.
Is so fun to talk to. He's amazing. He's got Mr. Boo, which is a distant cousin of Buki here. When you saw them at the first time at SuperCon, were they in character?
Yes. Yes, they were. Okay. Sammy was too. I remember. I definitely remember them being in character. So they were great. They were really fun to interact with when I was there.
I just want to hang out with Sammy. I just want to sit in like a diner.
I know. I do
he's
too.
He's like wound up and just talk.
Like I want to hang out with him outside the haunt. I think it would be fun to hang out with.
Yeah. All right, so Sammy, you were amazing. Now everybody else was amazing too, but
and then
Sammy,
he told us how he was afraid of trucks and he didn't know why.
Yeah,
and then it took me a while to realize the tire marks on him.
Yeah.
Like way
lots
over my
of
head.
subtle jokes. There are Easter eggs in the house which allude to the main characters. But if you look really closely in the tea party section, there's one little teacup that says Otto's Cup, which is pretty cool. So there are little shout outs and things there. Like I was looking at like a little kid's drawing and stuff like that. So there's lots of little stuff in there to take a look at that. Yeah, we would love to hang out with you, Sammy.
We would love to hang out with Sammy.
All right, so let's do this. Moving on here. Okay, so I have to thank Enigma for this. And there have been several moments throughout this haunt season that are like in my top 5 like haunt moments like ever here. We got done with the haunt. We hung out in the gift shop, talked to some folks. We walked outside. We saw the queue, you know, how it was when it was dark outside and lit up and had the entertainment and all that stuff there. But Yvonne was super cool. When we saw Sammy, I noticed that he had a picture, or he had a little ghost here. If you look, it's called Mr. Boo. It's actually like on like a rubber band, so he can kind of throw it at you and like scare you when it comes back to him.
Yeah, it kind of scared me.
And unfortunately, because we weren't allowed to film or do pictures inside, I had left my camera bag with Buki in the car. So I ran outside, I grabbed Buki, and it was after a little bit of wherever he was, they tracked him down, and we were able to get this really cool picture of Buki with Mr. Boo. And on the left-hand side, and if you zoom out, this is actually the picture that we took with Melissa and Sammy with Mr. Boo. And Sammy's not.
That is such a cute picture.
Yeah, it's
that
cool.
is the cutest picture.
That's
ever.
this is like HauntScene season 4 cover photo.
Yeah.
So
that's
really cool.
That's our mascot.
Yeah. All right, so what else we got here? All right, so I just want to give one final shout out to everybody at Enigma.
Thank you so much, guys.
Karen, Billy, Sammy, Paul, everybody watching. You guys are amazing. Enigma Sigma Die. Death is always an option, so I want to give you guys some love. You're amazing. If you haven't never done Enigma, make sure you get out there and do it. It is a must-do in South Florida. Go to enigmahunt.com and make sure that you check it out. If you don't get there this season, make sure you guys get out there next season because you will not be disappointed. It was really, really good.
If you're traveling from Orlando like we are, it's definitely worth the drive.
Yeah, it's only like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad of a drive. It's not too bad of a drive, actually.
Drive, I guess.
Yeah. So, definitely make your way out there and check out this magnificent haunt. It's amazing.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it.
Yes.
So we highly recommend it. So thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
we really appreciate
you. Thank you so much. Can't wait to do it again next year. Oh, wait. Hold on. We got to show off the swag they gave us. So they gave us some shirts.
They gave us, a shot glass.
Yeah, we're going to need that next episode.
We're going to need that next episode.
We're totally going to use that next episode.
They gave us a coffin. And let's see what's inside. Oh, that's so cool! I didn't know it did that.
We got the characters. Otto.
We got Smarties.
Face their name.
Face their name.
And then, you must have took your shirt home. Okay.
I took mine. Yeah. Let's see. You got Otto. I got the other one. The other character.
Okay, with the
horns.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I got that one.
Yeah, 2-pronged.
Because I got the shirt with Sammy on it last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
thank you guys. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next haunt. We could talk about Enigma probably all night, but there is another experience down there that's actually not too far away from Enigma. This is going to be in West Palm Beach, and the way we did it is this was actually on our way back to the Orlando area. So our next stop was the Fright Nights at South Florida Fairgrounds, which has been going for a couple years, and unfortunately we missed out on it.
We were originally supposed to do it last year, but when we came down, it was just really bad weather, and unfortunately, it was canceled. So,
so we drove the better part of 3 hours to get to Enigma, and it was worth it.
And it was worth it. Yep.
But this year, we wanted to really maximize our time, so we did Enigma, and then on our way back, we stopped by and we did the Fright Nights at the South Florida Fairgrounds. And let's focus on that second part first, at the South Florida Fairgrounds. It is a fair going on, like a county fair with fair rides and candy.
Like an old-fashioned type county fair.
Yeah, like rides that are of questionable safety standards. I'm just kidding. But
I would never.
But you grow up. You're riding different types of rides, and they have all kinds of So if you like that experience, we were just go to the haunt because that's what we wanted to focus on.
Yeah, because I was focused on more doing the haunted houses than the rides. So
it's ticket based. So when you pay your $30 admission, you get 30 Fright tickets. Now every haunt, there's 4 of them, they cost 7 tickets each to get in there. So if you do the math, it's 28 tickets. So I guess you get 2 tickets to left over to do something, maybe one of the midway rides. There's also a little scare zone that you walk through to get into the queue. Called Wasteland, which is pretty cool, post-apocalyptic, all that stuff there.
Very, very well themed. Those are very cool, actually.
They only have a couple days left. I didn't put it on here, but I came across a Groupon earlier. I think it's for just this Thursday. So 2 days from now, it's $15 to get in, so it's half admission. Plus you got to pay to park $5, but that might actually be a good deal. So if you're in the West Palm Beach area or you want to head to the Fright Nights at South Florida Fairgrounds, hit up Groupon because they do have a special. I think it's just for Thursday, and I know it's short notice, but you know what? HauntScene saves you money.
HauntScene saves you
because we love you.
Because we love you guys, and we appreciate you.
All right, so
this was a lot of fun. I normally don't go to fairs like this. Yeah. So it was, and I've actually never been to haunted houses in a fair before. So this was actually a first for me. So it was really cool. So it was a really neat experience.
This was on the list, but it was. I had heard different things about it. When we pulled up, I was like, all right. There were a lot of young kids there. A lot of young kids there doing the fair.
Preteens, teenager type kids. Yeah.
Which was kind of interesting because a lot of them got scared, really scared.
We saw them running around too.
Running, falling, all kinds of stuff. And I was like, to be young and to be able to get scared. So Fright Nights is awesome. I want to thank Craig McGinnis for hooking us up there. Do you remember what her name was? Adrian, I think. Adrian was one of the people we were corresponding with there. Give me one moment.
I can't remember her name now, unfortunately.
Yep, I'm so sorry, but you were amazing. Thank you guys for
thank you so much
for getting us there. We went through. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move forward because there are things that I stupidly did not take video of, but it is so impressive. What the hell was that? We go through, we get in the line, and it's in I don't know, it's in a building that's about the size of a football field, probably bigger than a football field.
And they're just individually houses, 4 individual houses.
And there are 4 entrances, but the impressive part is on the wall of the 4 houses, there is the coolest projection thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've been to theme parks, I've been to haunts, I've been to all kinds of stuff, but it is like this football long field projection where it has the houses and has all these cool little creepy animations that change the screen where you're constantly seeing a change on it. It was so cool. It was just like awe-inspiring. But I did like a little Snapchat thing, like here's some boomerangs, some ghosts going up. But like I could have stared. I wanted to pull up a chair and watch it because it was just really, really cool. Yeah, that projector is...
Oh, it's Adrian.
Adrian. There we go. Sorry about that. I knew it was Adrian or Adrian. Yeah, sorry, Rocky. Okay. So, yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
They have 4 houses. They've got, let me see if I can remember these in order. Cuckoo's Nest.
Yep.
They've got Dr. Krankenhaus. Twisted Tales. And then I believe the last one was the mansion on Meadow Lane here. So these are not in order, but I did take a little screen. I think I'd got pictures of the... Okay, so here is like one of my only pictures that I took. I wanted to do like a video of this and show you guys, but imagine this times like 10. Like it's not just a static picture. Like these little zombie demon things are moving. All of the house facades, they don't actually have facades. It's a projection effect, and it's amazing. It's mind blowing to see. You know, and I don't know, man. I got to stop really judging a book by its cover, because we pulled up, we were like, you know, we're in this fair, we got to wait in this line for this metal detector, and they get the tickets and stuff like that, and it was just like, you know, you never know what you're in for. And sometimes you pull up to a haunt and you're expecting a good time, and it's just kind of, And then sometimes you pull up and you're like, well, yeah, I don't know what to expect here. I've heard varying opinions about it, but we had a blast at this thing.
We had a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
I enjoyed every single haunted house we went through.
We were like...
It was so much fun. It was so interactive, in your face, up close. They had me pinned into corners, which the guy behind me had I always get pinned somehow. I always, like the damsel in distress, you know?
The damsel in distress.
I always get trapped, and someone has to help me.
Yeah, usually it's me. So excellent. Definitely worth the trip. We went on a Saturday, like the worst peak night ever. I would probably recommend, you know, if you do hit this up this year, maybe go on like a Thursday or a Friday when the crowds probably aren't as crazy. They're only open up through this Saturday though, so if you don't have a lot of options, make sure you go and check this out. The Q area is like this huge area where they probably have like rodeos and stuff like that. It's got all this like metal gates.
Like a cattle herd, basically, yeah.
So yeah, they cattle herd you into line, and they have a stage, and they've got all kinds of entertainment on the stage. Now, we didn't get a chance to enjoy a lot of that because we were too busy going in and out of the houses, but they had like this dance troupe that came through with these lights. I've seen a video of like a fire breather. They got a DJ. They actually play some decent music, which is pretty cool. If you like to drink, there's alcohol. So it's kind of more of a party atmosphere on the outside there. Very, you know, pretty cool. All right, so let's see what we got in the next slide, because I don't remember what order I put it here. Okay, so here are the projections of the 4 houses. I just took a quick picture of it as we were going in here. These are not in order, but imagine these huge projection effects just stacked. It's like a facade, and then like 2 screens of like interactive stuff, or like projection effects stuff, and then another facade, and then another one, and then another one. And it was really, really cool. It's never ever a dull moment when you're sitting in line. I guess that probably helps with waiting in line, which is pretty cool. So let's see what we got here. Let's do this. What we'll
that
do
was the outside area in the back.
Yeah, so we did a house, and we'll kind of go back a little bit after this. But you do a house, and then it empties into this back area where they've got a couple characters running around and all kinds of really cool photo ops here. As long as you get your photos in, because I guess if you hang out too long, they kick you out and make you go back into the fair area. But you have to make like a loop to get all the way back around into the haunt area again, which is pretty cool. All right, so I think I'll just do one more forward. I was obsessed with these.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a good picture of this, but they have this really cool carnival scene, this like really cool like photo op area. Unfortunately, the camera couldn't quite catch how these looked, but it was really neat. It was just really cool to look at.
I like the different colors, the yellow, the red, the green.
Yeah, it was really
pretty cool.
Neat. Yeah, projector is totally dope. All right, so we're going to go back a little bit. I'm gonna, you know, it's weird because this is a brand new haunt for us, and I can only remember like bits and pieces of it, and I think that's a good thing.
Same.
Like in the first one, the Cuckoo's Nest, I remembered it was like an asylum type house.
Yeah, asylum during Christmas.
Yeah, but it was like asylum clowns during Christmas. That was my impression of that, because there were a lot of like clown type characters in there. So really cool. About 10 seconds in, I was like, this is legit. Like I was like, yeah. So I was pretty happy with when we started off, and we just did houses from left to right, and it was a lot of fun. I know the Twisted Tales had like this nightmare type stuff going on, because at one point there was like this bed that was like flipped upside down, and that's when that guy popped out.
Yeah,
and he scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And I look back and she's gone. And this has happened a couple times this season where I'm like, where did Melissa go? And I'm like, and I was scared. I looked at him and he looked at me and I was like, you're awesome. He's like, thanks. And I was like, you should get my co-host. She's coming through next. So I'm like watching the door, waiting for you, and like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds go by, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Well, because I was back with the guy that we went through, because he was in back with me. Apparently, there was the claustrophobia tube that you're supposed to go through. We missed that. Instead of going straight, we somehow went left and went around it. So he called me he called me down from the hall, like, hey, come back. I'm like, I thought something had happened, so I come back. He's like, you're supposed to go through this. He's like, are you a little bit claustrophobic? I'm like, kinda, a little. I was like, okay, never mind then. So we went down the path, and that's when I reunited with you. Oh. But it still worked out in your favor, because the bed guy still got me.
Yes, the bed guy was like
good job, bed guy.
Good job, bed guy.
Good job.
So that was really cool.
It actually worked out, because he still got me. So
and no, don't take this the wrong way, Haunt, but it was just so I was just so like into it. And they all kind of blurred together for me. Like when I'm like focused, I don't just stop and start and think, okay, well this one's this one, this one's this one. But the other two haunts, the Dr. Cranken House and the Mansion of Meadow Lane, they're both excellent. I saw all kinds of stuff in there. There was like woods, and there's like laser swamps, and there's all kinds of fog stuff. It's dark. It's scary. It was fun to watch.
I was getting attacked from all sides, getting trapped. Yeah. It was hard to see everything.
It was legit. Lots of like.
But it was good though.
They had this really cool, and I think it was in Cuckoo's Nest. They had this hallway where it was like, you walk down like this. It was all like cells, and all the doors had windows, and some of the windows had like these TVs in them with like these video effects. Which were really, really cool.
Yeah, so, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I like those effects.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and give Fright Nights a thumbs up, because it was a good time.
I definitely want to do that again next year.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
If you can, on like looking at Enigma schedule and looking at Fright Night schedule, if you can do these two back to back, like let's say you show up at Enigma like right away and you knock that out and you head right to the Fright Nights, that's like half an hour away, like if you're heading back towards Orlando, maybe our neck of the woods. But if you can do those like we did back to back, that is like probably one of the best 1-2 punches that you can do in Florida haunt-wise, in different locations. So it was awesome. Yeah, Twisted Tales was rad. Bed Slitherer was amazing, I guess, if that's the
name.
The name, Bed Slitherer.
Bed Slitherer.
That sounds
intense.
Kind of wrong. Yep, the Bed Slitherer. Talk about that on HauntScene After Dark. All right, what else we got here? Let me see what other pictures I got. Okay, so that's going to be it for the Fright Nights. But thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, guys. It was a lot of fun. Yep.
I'm glad we did it.
Me too.
Glad that sometimes, we push back a little bit. We're like, well, we don't have time or something like that. You remember, we only have so many nights. We both work like full time, so it's we got to maximize our haunt weekends, and this was a really good start to wrap it up of the season. So that was really, really cool. All right. So it is 8:40. So let's check on the chat here. How's everybody doing? What's up, Heather?
Hi, guys.
Kelly, Sammy, Victoria, Lacey, Jeremy, Daniel.
HauntScene After Dark, the sexy side of scary. I like it, Daniel.
I
like it.
HauntScene.
Maybe on our drunken edition.
Yeah, maybe on the drunken edition. Yeah. Next week our episode's on like Devil's Night.
That's very cool.
We should wear costumes.
We should.
You want to wear costumes?
You want to dress up?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you want to dress up in?
I'm going to dress up as one of those like onesie things, like Chewbacca or something.
Oh, can we do onesies?
No,
I want to do one.
No, you got to do like
What am I supposed to do?
Slutty nurse, slutty devil,
Ooh, can I do a vampire?
Sure.
Yes!
Okay. You can actually do whatever you want, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Not a slutty vampire.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
were awesome. So, yeah, 1-2 punch. Make sure you guys do that. All right, so let's move on. We do have some stuff going on this week that I want to talk about. This weekend, actually. So this is going to kind of lead into our next episode. I am teaching a class at Spooky Empire this weekend at the Cree Royale in Orlando. I'm teaching a class on Saturday from noon to 1, and it's going to be how to start a horror webcast today with free tools. So a lot of this is going to be based on my experiences with making HauntScene and some of the pitfalls that I ran into, just to try to give people, anybody who's interested in doing a horror webcast, some tools to get you started, because it doesn't really cost you anything here. I spend money on the show because I love doing this, so I want it to look good, and I want the backdrop and the lighting and the sweet camera and all that stuff, and the sound mixer, and because I'm just crazy like that. But you don't have to have that. You can simply start a horror webcast with a Facebook account on Facebook Live, or you could do this on YouTube if you want to. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to have a Gmail account or a Google account. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about like picking a name, that kind of thing. I'll just kind of give some tips and things. I'm hoping people don't show up and like get offended based on like my opinions of like what I think a show should be. But this is kind of sneaky of me because I'm hoping that other people step up and start to talk about haunted attractions to give them more exposure. We're gonna end our live season in a couple weeks, but we're still gonna get up to stuff horror-wise. But maybe I can create like a little HauntScene army of people to go out and spread the good haunt word. So shh, don't tell them that. But yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. I mean, hopefully I know what I'm talking about. A little secret in my real life, my day job, I'm actually a professional corporate trainer, so I train realtors. So hopefully I can bring a little bit of that to Spooky Empire. So if you guys are in the area going to Spooky, you'll probably see us on Saturday. I'll be there early. I know right after this one is like the Q&A with Elvira, Cassandra Peterson. So I think people will probably head over to that. Hopefully they don't skip it and just get in line for Elvira. Maybe I'll do that too. I'll just have like a PowerPoint and I'll just have it set to autoplay or something like that.
You can go to the...
Yeah, and then I'll go to it.
Then you go to the... Yeah.
All right. So definitely check that out if you're at Spooky Empire. I would appreciate you stopping by. We'll have some HauntScene swag, of course. We'll have buttons, we'll have lanyards.
I'll be there as well.
I probably need to take inventory at some point because we're probably running a little bit low, at least on lanyards. But we'll see where we're at when we hook you up there. So I'm looking forward to teaching this class. Hopefully you guys get a little bit. Alex Rodriguez for a private tour of Fright Nights when you come back. Yes, we will.
Yes, we definitely will.
We're gonna do things a little differently next season. So we'll talk about that.
I would love to see the Fright Night Hunt during the day with the lights on. Yeah. That is the lights on tour.
That'd be really cool.
To see all the stuff.
I'm gonna ask him a bunch of questions. Yeah. I got a couple questions about some stuff there.
Yeah.
All right, so definitely check us out at Spooky Empire. Before that, actually, because this is kind of how this weekend is going to go. Friday night, Eric and Chad over at Almost Descent have been gracious enough to let us try our hand at scare acting. So awesome. I don't know how this is going to work.
I don't know.
Maybe they'll just put me in like the Larry suit and put like a cow mask and give me a chainsaw.
You put me as a plant and just grab me out of the line.
Yeah, or I'm hoping I get to kill her at some point, like, fake kill her. So maybe we can work something like that. But obviously they're the experts over there, so we'll work with whenever we can. But really cool. So I've always wanted to do that somewhere.
Me too, actually. I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've never really had the opportunity to work at like a haunt or as a scare actor or anything like that. So maybe this could be fun. Yeah, so it'd be kind of cool. I know I'm no Tim Tracker or anything, vampire, whatever. But yeah, maybe. So we'll check that out. That'll be fun. Always a good time out there at Almost Descent and Sir Henry's, the I-4 Fear Park. Had a really good time when we went out there a couple weeks ago. Also be checking out a friend of ours, their Never Ending Nightmare haunted attraction in Ocoee, probably on Saturday. So we'll do Spooky in the morning. Probably do Never Ending Nightmare at some points West Oaks Mall in Ocoee. They did move locations though, but somewhere else in the mall. So Jimmy Castro, everybody involved there. Can't wait to come and check that out. Darcy, I guess, is his character there.
Darcy Gilman?
Yeah, the shoot the bats.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
It's
she
cool.
was there last year.
Very cool.
Did we? Did you go to that last year?
We did go last year. I didn't know. You told me after, remember?
Oh,
I didn't. Yeah,
that's
I
right.
wasn't aware.
Yeah, I retroactively remembered that she was there. So, yeah. How many
I
haunts
believe
total?
over, what'd you say, over 20?
No, I think we're at like 19 or something
19,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, we're at 19.
Between both of us, yeah.
Yeah, between both of us, separate locations.
Because I did California, you did Jacksonville.
I did Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think 19. I'll have to get the final tally. It's just kind of off the top of the napkin math. But, yeah, we've done a lot of haunted attractions this year, and we'll see if we can up the ante a little bit next year. So once we get through this season, we'll have to sit down at some point in the next couple months and.
I actually want to audition to scare next year.
Yeah,
I would
so
love
she
to.
wants to be a
I would
scare
love
for next year.
to scare. I would. I've always wanted to try it from the other side.
You're
So.
fired. What? You're not fired. Okay. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I think that's it. We're gonna get out of here a few minutes early, I guess, which is not a bad thing because I'm tired.
Me too.
I'm still sore.
I'm exhausted.
I still think I'm tired from like our Michigan road trip. We went all the way back to Michigan and back.
I think so too.
I think I'm still tired from that. I just haven't been sleeping well. It's just where the hot exhaustion's kicked in. We're just like, bleh. Maybe I just need to eat some Smarties.
I want a Smartie. You dropped yours. A Smartie. You want to eat it now?
Yeah, we'll eat it now.
I'm gonna eat it now.
We're gonna eat the Enigma Smarties right now.
Give it some sugar.
This sugar, maybe this will help us. Eat all the Smarties once.
You eat it all at once?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know, man. Gotta catch up.
Look how savage are you?
I don't know, man.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and roll credits. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. If you're watching the replay, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Don't eat a whole pack of Smarties at once.
Yeah, you did. I ate half of it.
Until next time, spookies.
Happy haunting. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Give me some treats.